to us in the way. So I think in that sense, the conventional media has been very good at pointing out certain things and leaving lots of things obscure, not pointing them out. I agree that they should have pointed out. But you were able to fight against it, and you were able to raise other ideas. Village Voice started, or some other newspaper that would raise other kinds of ideas there. And now if you want to say, I want to go against the prevailing point of view, there is no prevailing point of view, because it's all diffused over the internet. It's all kinds of points of view, and you might find the most ill-conceived, without any facts behind them, dominating the conversations. There is no evolution, there's only this creationism. There's no accepted, even in government now, there's no accepted idea of discourse or talking to somebody to try to convince them, you're right, they're wrong, you're right. It's always that. So it used to be, again, this sense that the government would say something, and the fourth estate, the press, would say you're wrong, and there'd be a dialogue of sorts, and there'd be some degree of respect between them. Now that doesn't really happen. Now it's the fifth estate. It's the people who are revealing all the secrets, and the anonymous, all those sorts of things that are coming out with very little sense of, is that being helpful or hurtful to people's lives, beyond the idea of freedom of information is super important, is really important. But, who gets implicated at the end of the day? Who gets hurt at the end of the day because of all that? We don't have those systems anymore. So it's now wide open, and we've really got to figure out filtering mechanisms that are transparent and we can live with, that are not controlled by elites, but controlled by a wider group of people, hopefully people who know something about it, whether it's a 15-year-old boy in Syria who knows what it's like to be 15 in Syria. I'd love to hear that voice, but I don't have time to spend days and days and days searching for that voice. Somebody's got to point it out to me so I can take a look at it. So, I think to a certain extent what's dangerous now is utopianism about technology and the possibilities. I think the possibilities are certainly there. The possibilities of the automobile were wonderful, but the automobile also brought climate change with it, and suburbia with it, and paved roads with it, and all kinds of other issues with it. So I think we have to be very careful in trying to think through where is this bringing us, and help and direct it forward, because I think certainly on consumerism, the internet's fantastic. You could order anything anytime, it comes right to your house. It's cheaper, you could compare, your friends could like it, like you said before, and tell you what to buy. That stuff is great, but I don't see, so far, it doing a great job of telling me what's going on in the Middle East, or what's going on domestically. Like red states and blue states in the US, we don't talk to each other, we don't understand each other. This shutdown of the government, there's no talking, they're just shutting down the government. And that's the opposite of the kind of utopian vision of the internet as multiple points of view and respecting each other. So those are dangers. So those are dangers. So those are dangers. So those are dangers.